You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans. So Cameron Mathison, who plays Drew Quartermaine, was on the red carpet this week for Christmas Con promoting his new holiday movie, and he said some things about Willow and Drew that have people's heads absolutely exploding. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I'm going to tell you what he said that has fans spitting mad, and then we're going to talk about whether he may be onto something with Drew and Willow or may just be absolutely delusional, because he sounded pretty cocky. Before we dive in, if you aren't subscribed, please click that button. All right, so Cameron Mathison was at Christmas Con to promote his Christmas movie, and he was talking on the red carpet with an interviewer, and what the Drew Q actor said has stunned people that have seen this. Cameron even shocked the guy interviewing him on the red carpet. The majority of feedback I see on Soap's social media and here in the comments about Drew and Willow is almost overwhelmingly negative. Not a lot of big shippers out there for this couple. Many viewers absolutely hate the pairing. One of the funniest tweets I saw recently was a GH fan that said they'd rather poop in their hands than watch Drew and Willow. That gives you an idea of the tenor of the dislike. It's extreme. The only people I see enjoying these couple are people that hate Michael and want to see him suffer, or hate Nina and want to see her suffer, or hate Carly and want to see her suffer. But those viewers aren't pro Drew and Willow. They just are anti other people that they know the Drillo pairing will torment. So, of course, you know by now, or you should, that Chad Duell is leaving General Hospital early next year. If I had to guess, I'd say probably February sweeps. We don't know yet if he's just going to move away from Port Charles or something happens and he winds up in a coma or missing, some sort of open-ended exit. According to the showrunner, Frank Valentini, they're not killing Michael and they're not recasting him, at least not now. And based on several comments I've seen from Cameron Mathison, we're going to see Willow staying in town and a front burner storyline ahead for her and Drew as a couple. That was in a different interview. So here's what he said on the red carpet this week and why people are so angry. You'll get it right away. So he's talking to this reporter, and Cameron Mathison says, "I'd like Drew and Willow to take it to the next level." That's an interesting comment to me, because them playing hide the Yule log a couple of weeks before Christmas was already next level. But I guess he means them in a relationship and not just them putting stains on the carpet at the Quartermaine house. And then Cameron says about Drew and Willow, they love each other. And then he kind of corrected himself and said, well, Drew loves Willow. I'm not 100% sure Willow's sold on Drew yet. But after Wednesday's GH episode, I actually agree with the statements that they love each other, Drew, all that. Because despite the humiliating dirty home video viewing at the Q party, Drew went looking for Willow at the community center event, and he pulled her aside to talk. If you haven't seen this episode yet, Drew told Willow, "Being with you meant something to me, and I'm not going to let the Quartermaines turn that into something cheap." That's pretty funny, because cheating on your husband on the floor of his family home when any kid could have walked in, I think is pretty cheap by definition. But obviously in Drew's mind, this was this romantic thing, and he and Willow were making love, and it wasn't some skanky hookup. On Wednesday's episode also, Willow said she shouldn't be seen with him because she worries about a scandal because Drew is in Congress. But Willow didn't say anything about not being seen with Drew because it would hurt Michael or salt the wound they already gave him. That's pretty stunning, and it tells you where her head's at. It's like she's already concluded that her marriage is over. Willow said she was just worried about her kids, and obviously Drew as well. And then insanely, Willow invites Drew to bring Scout over to her mom's during the holidays. She's just moving right along. That should be perfectly horrible, but it also makes clear Willow's kind of dropping the pretense that she's interested in being with Michael anymore. I mean, it's a huge shift. So yeah, General Hospital's making it pretty clear they're paving the way for this Willow and Drew pairing. And as you know, GH writers don't care what fans want. So as much as most everybody hates it, doesn't matter to them. Otherwise, Sam McCall would be alive, Dex Heller would be alive, and we wouldn't be staring at Violin Boy Geo on the regular. Natalia wouldn't still be around. So After talking about how he thinks Drew and Willow love each other or will be mutually in love soon, then he goes on into something that floored the reporter, and this is the part that really outraged fans. Cameron Mathison said about Drew and Willow, "I think it's like a super couple in the making. And I know everybody's going to think I'm nuts, but just wait." And the interviewer was kind of unenthusiastic, but said, stranger things have happened. And then Cameron continued on in this vein saying, "Just wait. You guys are going to love Drew and Willow eventually. You're going to love us." And the interviewer kind of laughed and said, "It might be 2028. I don't even think 3 more years is enough time to get people to embrace them as a pair, but we'll see." And despite kind of the snark coming back his way, the Drew Q actor just kept smiling and hyping the pairing. And here's where it got crazy. Cameron says, listen, you'll see. Think about how Luke and Laura started, if you remember." And then the interviewer jumps in and says, "But that was rape." And Cameron was undeterred, and he said, "That's what I'm saying." And it's like, what? Okay. Bizarre that he compares Drew hooking up with Willow to that infamous sexual assault. There are commonalities between the companies, the couples. I'll grant you that. Drew's much older than Willow. Luke was quite a bit older than Laura, but oh my gosh. I mean, making a comparison to a super couple is one thing, but actively acknowledging the sexual assault as part of your comparison is just, it gives the ick. But then Cameron went ahead and clarified about Luke and Laura. It was pretty messy to begin with, and then the ultimate super couple, so you never know. And the interviewer kind of caves, and he goes, "Well, okay, that's a great point." To be fair, it's not like the actors get to decide what storyline they're in. So, showrunner Frank Valentini and the writers are the ones that greenlit this Willow and Drew thing. And Cameron is out here promoting General Hospital and his storyline. I get that. But it also seems kind of, big for his britches to say they're a super couple in the making. And then to compare them to probably the biggest super couple ever on GH is pretty boastful, but at least Cameron Mathison acknowledged by comparing their hookup to the rape origins of Luke and Laura that Drew and Willow are off to a creepy start. Although the word he used was messy, the word I see most fans using is creepy. But at this point, I think we all know, General Hospital is not writing for the fans. And for those people that think that Frank Valentini is intentionally trying to close down GH, trying to ruin it, I don't think that's true too. I just think he has his favorites and he has things in his mind, and they're writing for him, not for you guys, not for us. They just do what they want to do. And if you're watching, you get what you get, but you can still pitch a fit.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.